Ambitious women, entrepreneurs are beginning a movement to create a new way of business that focuses on collaboration and community. Together, we are shaping the way by using our intuition, our inner insight, and our creativity. Join us for inspiration, motivation, and transformation. This is your host, Luci McMonagle, and this is the Wealthy Wednesday Show. A special thanks to Gordon Reary for creating the music. You can find him on Facebook under Gordon Reary. So now, let's get started.
Welcome to the Wealthy Wednesday Show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle. Today, we are so honored that we have Tonya Hofmann, who is the founder and CEO of Public Speakers Association. She is absolutely incredible on stage and off stage. Tonya is a highly sought after global speaker. She's a best-selling author of 7 books, and she's the winner of the 2016 EBC Global Mentorship Award. She has so much knowledge, so much experience, and so much ability to really bring you to the state on where you need to be. As a woman entrepreneur, I know that you want to get more visibility and you would like to get more clients. Tonya has the secrets that are going to help you become more visible by how to use public speaking. And she's going to give you some tips and strategies so that your fear is going to be just a little bit less. So welcome to the show, Tonya.
Hello, everybody. Thanks, Luci.
Oh, wow. Tonya, you are just a dynamite lady on the stage, and you truly empower women who are absolutely terrified of being on the stage, of public speaking, to actually speaking. So can you tell us, for those that are terrified, is it really possible that anybody can speak?
Not only do I believe anyone can speak, I think everyone should speak, because everyone is so incredibly unique. You live a life that I can't live. And by doing so, you learn things that I could only learn if you teach them to me, or give me insight to them. Even if it's just a story, it's amazing, how you can affect my life just by the story that you give. So yes, I would love for everyone to get out of their own way and get out there and don't take, people are like, public speaking, they think 1,000 people, when in reality, most public speaking is like this, or it's in front of 5 people,
That's so true. And a lot of individuals, when they think of public speaking, all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, I'm going to be in front of 100,000 people. I'm going to be in front of everybody. And it can be you and 3 girlfriends, 4 girlfriends, or you and a couple of couples. And you're telling them a goofy story on what happened last week at the soccer game, or how you dropped that ball when you were trying to launch your new product, or it could be anything, like, one of the secret tips that you found when you created that new recipe in the kitchen. And that's public speaking.
Exactly. I mean, people try to make it fancier than it is. And it's just, is the reality that we all do it anyways. If you really look at it, most people are already speaking in some respect at their work, at their children's school, someplace you're speaking. You just got to get out of that mindset that maybe it's a stranger that's ready to hear you.
And that's so true, so true. So, one of the things that the entrepreneurs that are listening is, okay, great. I'm going to start speaking, but how do I get compensated for this? Do I even get paid for this? And how do you go about getting speaking gigs where you actually are compensated, where you're not constantly spending money to go speak?
Right. So, there's kind of 2 different worlds of speaking. And this is why people get flustered when they get into the speaking world, because they have the mindset of the way speaking used to be. It's kind of like the way if you talk to somebody who is like, you need to go get a job and be at that job for 30 years. that doesn't, there's not a reality, most likely for that to happen. Same thing with speaking. Most people think that someone's going to call you up and they're going to go, oh my gosh, Lucy, you're so amazing. I want to fly you in. I'm going to pay all your expenses. I'm going to pay your speaker's fee. What is it? Great. Let me send you a check. Here's the contract. Everything is kind of done. You fly in, you do it, and you leave. Well, in about 2008, 2009, everything started to change. And really by 2010, people were like, okay, budgets were cut, trainings were cut, conferences were cut. I mean, everything changed at that moment. And so suddenly you had people still trying to put on these events at a very small budget. And so they started looking at, well, what's the alternative? And of course, one of the big alternatives was speaking world. And they looked at, okay, these people are really coming in, and if we allow them to market themselves to our people, it's really just part of their marketing budget. So let's put it up onto them to pay for the actual experience. And so for me, being an entrepreneur since I was 25, and my friends, we were like, yes, because you actually create more momentum in a scenario where it's an entrepreneurial mindset versus an employee mindset. And so most speaking gigs are not paid anymore. There's still a few keynotes that are paid, and sometimes they'll pay for travel costs. But for most respects, just the speaking fee is done. But a lot of times now you can go in, you could take that group, whatever that group is, and hopefully it's a great target market for you, and then monetize that by actually developing them as potential new clients, and then offering something. Because realistically, in 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, you can't teach them everything, so they have to go further with you. And so this is the entrepreneurial mindset, kicking in. It's just a marketing platform to get them intrigued, to get them into something else that you could really help them with.
Wow. And that's really important is to really understand that you have this much time. And when you're on the stage, you can't tell them everything that you know. And so what you're suggesting and what you're telling us is when you speak, you'll be able to specify, hey, if you'd like to take this farther with me, let's hop on a call, let's connect after I'm done speaking. You engage with them. It's not a one and done kind of conversation anymore. It's now the beginning of a relationship that opens the door to get you in front of more individuals that you can serve and help. Is that correct?
Exactly. So if you look at, say you're speaking in front of 50 people, those are 50 people that didn't know anything about you. And now you're the expert. You come in, you wow them. They get to go further with you and be a part of your world. And then eventually they might buy something from you, take a course, do some one-on-one, maybe bring you in to do corporate training, right? So there's lots of different ways for people to monetize those experiences, so that they can continue that relationship long term.
Wow, and that's so important. And you mentioned that you come in, you wow the audience, and then you continue with the relationship. Is there any secrets on wowing the audience?
Be yourself. So most people, they put on their teacher hat and they're like, okay, I'm going to teach you students, blah, 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 blah. And nobody wants that now. They really want to be entertained. And by entertaining, they want to know the real Lucy. They don't want to pretend Lucy who's trying to pretend she's Oprah or pretend she's this person, right? And they certainly don't want to teacher Lucy going, you need to do this. This is step one. Write it down. Blah, 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 right? And that's why when I get up on stage, people are like, who is this woman? Why is she so weird? Why is she so different? Why is she motioning this way to the stage and walking this way on the stage? She's not doing anything that people are supposed to do. And because of that, I make people feel very uncomfortable. But then I also make them lean in and be interested because I'm doing something a little different because I'm just who I am. Right? And the person listening may be someone that's very, proper and stuff. Be that person, because then you're still going to resonate with people because you're being your true self. But if you're being all proper because you think you need to be, then it still comes off as unauthentic.
Wow. Yeah, and that's one of the things that we have been so well taught and so well schooled through the system on how to fit into the box and how to get good grades and how to be accepted. And to be accepted, you have to do this, this, and this. And all of that's changing as the world is changing.
Yeah, and it's funny because especially I've noticed this last year, I really noticed people coming up to me almost every time I talk, and they're like, I was expecting you to be completely different, being the CEO of the Public Speakers Association. I was ready to be, the proper speaker, and you were just like so not in the box. And I love that. I love that I can give them insight just to be themselves and permission just to be themselves.
Yes. And that's one of the main things. And like you said, if you come in and you put on your teacher's cap and you're going to teach the audience did not sign up to be in a class. And I am totally guilty of doing that when I first started teaching and speaking.
Who
Yes.
doesn't? I was scary. I don't know about you, but I was scary.
Yes, I was very scary. I was so intense.
Yeah, I was like, in 5 minutes, their eyes are rolling in the back of their head, like, no more.
Yeah, so really balancing entertainment, letting them know who you are, talking about your life experiences, engaging with the audience, having it interactive is really the key secrets to wowing the audience. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, the more you can give them insight into your world, you can kind of open that book up, the more they actually connect with you. And a lot of people, they don't want to do that. They try to keep their personal, who they are and their family and their secrets of their failures and, even success. They try to keep that from everybody when that's what people really want. They want to hear what your embarrassing moment was. Because they can relate to it, right? And especially if because I have a speech impediment that comes out quite often. So when I mess up and the speech impediment goes blah, 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 and people are like, what? Then I actually connect with the audience even better because they're like, oh, you're just a real person. You have issues too.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And as a speaker, you do travel a lot, especially being the CEO of Public Speakers Association. Can you tell us a little bit about that travel and how much do you travel?
Well, a lot now is on the internet, just like what we're doing today. So what's really changing in the world is a lot of conferences are even going online. So you're just sitting at your, desk and you're doing these Zooms, you're doing these events, doing webinars, teleconferences, so a lot of it is virtual, which is awesome because you could always tell people who don't travel because they're like, oh, you get to travel. And instead of the people who do travel, you're like, oh, you have to travel, because the travel is the hardest part, sitting in the airports, waiting on the flights being changed, hotel rooms. I roomed with a lady one time and she walked in, she goes, oh, it's so beautiful in here. It's so, I'm like, wow, wow, and I had to even step back and go, well, I guess it is kind of pretty in here, because you just kind of get used to it. So yeah, the travel is not the favorite part. The favorite part for me is getting to meet the amazing people I get to meet.
Mm.
That's the value. That's the sparkle every day when I get on that plane. It keeps me moving there. And then, the following up and getting to really know people. If you're just going in, doing your thing and leaving, you're really missing out on the actual opportunities because you never know what's going to happen and who you're going to meet and where that's going to lead it. But if you only have that singular, I'm going to come, I'm going to do it, I'm going to leave, you missed out on really the value of doing live presentations.
And that's really true. And there's some speakers that they come in, they do their speech, and they come out, and it's kind of like a hit and run. And don't use those terms. That's my term, so they're not proper. It's a lot of times
it's a whiplash,
the
though,
audience,
right?
yeah,
Like,
the audience feels like there's a whiplash, and then you see other speakers. They're there for the whole entire event. And you might not even know that they're going to speak until a day or two into the event, and then all of a sudden they're getting up from the table that they've been sitting at with you or with other people, and then they're on the stage and you're like, wow, that person is so cool, because they connected with the audience before they got on stage, and they connected after being on stage.
Yes. And that's so important to me because there is two schools of camp right now going on in the speaking world where it's more transactional, right?
Mhm.
They go in, they're like, okay, if I fly in or drive in, I spend 2 hours, it's going to cost me this much and I'm out of there and I'm going to gobble up anyone that I can and then whoever else, who cares? Versus for me, unless there's something I've got to be back or to a different place, I'm there the whole time. So then there's relationship speakers. And for us, it is about the experience of being there the whole time, and not just for the people there, right, to be a part of them, but also to be a support to the person putting on the event. That you're there to back them, you're there to help them, whatever they need. And that's all called relationships.
Yes. Yes. And really, as we're moving forward into the authenticity and being able to be more in the moment, and as we're becoming more conscious as entrepreneurs and as a society and as the world wholly, relationships are becoming so precious. And we have gotten to the point of where, like, technology now has become the relationship, and text messages has become a form of communication, and smiley faces and LOLs, but we've started to lose a little bit of that human touch. And as a public speaker, you can bring that human touch back into your speaking, or you can bring it into speaking if you've not been a speaker before. And that is starting to become the uniqueness of us.
Exactly. It's the value proposition of your brand, right? So
Mhm.
people are branding themselves. Sometimes, I don't know if they're even conscious of how they're branding themselves. And I see a lot of people burning themselves. Yeah, they may make, a million or two before they burn out. And maybe that's okay for them, right? I don't want to assume what's right for everybody, but it's
Mhm.
not right for me. So for me, it's a long-term play. It's a long-term investment of my time and energy to be present and to really care about people.
Yes, that's true. And being really present and caring about people. And you also spoke about, when you're on stage and sometimes your speech impediment comes up, or when I'm speaking, my diction comes up. And these can be embarrassing moments. So can you tell us some of how you've learned from your embarrassing moments, or have you learned anything from having those moments?
Oh, I learn almost every day. I have in my rules for my organization, really for my life, is you have to be nice and no perfect people, So I just kicked a lady out because she was so not nice and she expected me to be perfect. And I'm so over being the perfect person, right? Um, I think one of the biggest embarrassing moments came in 2008, and I was nominated for the eWomen's International Business Matchmaker of the Year Award at their international conference. So there was out of 25,000 women, and I was still pretty new into who I was. I was still developing myself. I had started a networking organization, but I didn't value myself yet. And so I was devaluing myself. I was up against some really amazing women, and I just couldn't even believe I was nominated, and definitely didn't expect to win. And I'm not real detailed oriented. So when they gave me the packet, I didn't look in there to see that I was supposed to be sitting up front. So I sat in the back. And so when she's, calling out everyone, I was like, wow, look at that person. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm even in the same lineup. And when they called my name, I was in total denial that that was me that they were calling, because I was like, how could that be? And so I ran up to the stage and got my little award, right? It's back here. And I was just like trembling, boom, boom, boom. I mean, I couldn't hear anything. Snap, taking pictures. She's like, okay. And she motioned to the podium. She's like, go say something. I'm like, ugh, I didn't prepare anything. Okay, so be prepared is helpful. And I walk over there and I couldn't think because all my blood was in my head at that point, right? And I looked down, saw the microphone, looked up, and this is what I said. I said in front of 3,000 women, because it was like their largest event ever that year. So by the way, that's 6,000 eyeballs. I did count really quickly.
Wow.
And I was like, I love microphones. That's what I said to the group. And then I was like, oh my God, did I just say that out loud? And so then I was like trying to recover from that. I'm like, I want one-on-ones with every single one of you, which was still ridiculous with 3,000 women. I mean, really. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I got embarrassed, right? And I was like flushed and I walked away and she's like, okay, thank you. I can't believe we just nominated you. You know, you just won. So I'm going with my little thing. And I was just horrified that I said that. So people were like, congratulations, you know, and so I went up to the room with my girlfriend and I was like, I can't believe I said that and blah, blah, blah. She goes, it's really not a big deal. I'm like, you have no idea. This is like so embarrassing. And I didn't want to come down afterwards for the whole rest of the conference. And she goes, you're being ridiculous. You're coming down with me. I'm like, so I went down. Everyone walked up and they were like, congratulations, Tonya. And I'm like, I know. And I kept focusing on the negative, right? I can't believe, you know, what I said. And they're like, I don't remember what you said. I just remember how excited you were. And that was the moment that I realized it really has nothing to do with really what comes out of your mouth. It's always how you make the audience feel. How do you make people feel? And it was one of the biggest lessons I've ever learned is get out of that it's all about you and people are always judging you. And I'm sure there was a couple of judgers, but those are probably not people I even want in my life, right? So who cares? Move on, make people feel fabulous and your life will be great.
Wow. Wow. That is such powerful golden information. And, you know, really to make people feel is the key. And it's not really what you say, it's how you make them feel. Wow.
Exactly.
And that's so powerful. And a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of individuals who are just starting to come out into the speaking world, or maybe they've been speaking for a while, they think about, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? Oh, or I have to get the form right, or I have to get the actual, you know, there's this, and this. The format has to be this way. And then they try to memorize, and then they get up on stage and they're so nervous because they've been working so hard on trying to memorize that they forget to be them.
And they also forget to smile. Right? They get up there and suddenly they're like, yay. And everyone's introducing them and they're like, oh, you know, and it's like the switch on. And you're like, oh, what happened to that really cute girl that I was just talking to, you know? Whatever it is. It's like, and it's unfortunate because then everyone's focused in their head and not their heart. You have to come through your head in everything that you do, right? You got to work it all out. No, you have to go through your heart. You got to make people feel you. You got to make people want to hear you. You want to talk to people through a place of love and caring. And once that happens, they will listen, right? Because I have never met anybody that I can ask them what they do and them not talk for an hour about it. Or even just, you know, talk to me about your kids or talk to me about a horrible experience or whatever. People already have the stories, but they try to set it up so that they have the outcome that they want. You won't get the outcome if you don't open up your heart.
Yes, that is so true. And you know, me the same way is I was so afraid to get things wrong, to make a mistake, to goof up, that, you know, a lot of times I wasn't able to really come from my heart. And now it's easier because I give myself permission to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I give myself permission not to be perfect. And I give myself permission to look for the genuine connection with my audience and with the individuals who are around me and with the individuals that I'm speaking with. And
Exactly.
that took away so much fear.
And also the reality that not everyone's going to get you, not everyone's going to like you, not everyone's going to, appreciate your information,
Hmm.
and to owe that to them, not to want to change them. And this is what we all want to do, especially as women. We're like, there's nothing wrong with me. There's got to be something wrong because, he says I, and we always want to internalize it instead of just saying, this person, we just don't communicate well, or this person is in a different spot, or this person just doesn't like me and I probably don't like them either. And it's okay to honor them by letting them be themselves. And then
Yes.
focus on the positive, focus on the people who really do love you, that get you, that just like, oh my gosh, Lucy is the best fabulous thing I've ever seen, focus on those people, because you're going to have a lot more fun and a lot more success in life.
Wow, Tanya, that is so golden. And we're going to be wrapping up in just a few minutes. So I just had a couple more things I wanted to ask you. And have you always been a public speaker?
Ah, I wish I was. It would have been so much easier. No, I actually used to be an incredible introvert, and people were like, no way, you were never an introvert. I'm like, so serious introvert, because I've gone through horrible things. I've had cancer. I was robbed and tied up when I was 6 months pregnant. And those were the nice things. So, things have happened. And this is a picture of me in 2005 at the Leander Chamber of Commerce. Okay. This is me as an introvert. This was at the holiday gala. Ladies, this is what I wore to the gala. Uh-huh. This was saying, don't look at me. I don't want people to be close to me, right? It was all about pushing people away. And the first time I spoke was in front of 5 lovely ladies who all loved me, and I was like, "Ugh," and sweat, you're like, oh my gosh, I am way too old to be shaking in my boots with people who actually love me.
Wow. And you have the Public Speakers Association, and you also have a free gift for the audience so that they can enjoy Change the World from the Front of the Room.
Yes, it's so much fun. You can listen to the audio recording. It's on my website on TonyaHofmann.com, and Tonya is with an O, so Tonya. And then Hoffman, okay, get this. My husband's family doesn't know how to spell it right. So it's Hof like Frank, but one of them, and then MANN, so Nancy, so 2N's.com, and then /free.
Wow. So it's TonyaHofmann.com/free, FREE.
Yay.
And oh, that's fabulous. Tanya, you are such an inspiration. Is there any other tips that you would like to leave our audience before we wrap it up?
If you do not know Luci and just adore her already, please get connected. Don't wait any longer. Woman is amazing and really is a gem waiting to be fitted into your special necklace, right? And just wear her, because she just warms your heart.
Well, thank you, Tanya. I feel the same about you. And since I've met you and I've joined the Public Speakers Association, I have had so many wonderful individuals that I've met through the conferences that you have. And you actually have a Public Speakers Association conference coming up this year. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
July 1st through the 3rd in
July?
Vegas.
Oh, Las Vegas. Oh, wow. That is phenomenal. So, and the individuals who are interested in getting to know the Public Speakers Association or interested in all of the incredible services that you provide to help entrepreneurs, to help individuals that want to start their speaking career, could you tell them a little bit more about that information so they're not missing out on anything?
Absolutely. So simply go to Public Speakers with an S Association, all spelled out.com, and you can find out everything you need to know about the Public Speaker Association under the membership info. If you just click on that, it'll give you all kinds of info. We're about to partner with Speaker Hub, so you'll also get dual, membership, both with PSA and with Speaker Hub. And it's all about helping you find real speaking opportunities and then help you market yourself as a speaker at the same time. So we have monthly virtual summits you can be a part of, my TV show. I've also got the world's most fabulous people series that you can be on. It's all about helping you get connected to people, get your message heard, so that you can truly go out and change lives. And so that's always great. We do have a special. If you put Luci, okay, and then free conference 2017, and conference you can short to CONF, you can get a free ticket to the Public Speakers Conference in July. So put Luci, Luci, and then free conference 2017.
Wow. Wow. So definitely take Tonya up on this free offer. The Public Speakers Association conferences are absolutely amazing. The one that I went to, the last one I went to, I should correct myself, I met so many incredible individuals that I'm still friends with this year. We still collaborate, we still cooperate, we still chat with one another. So not only are you going to be able to meet other speakers, but you actually meet friends that support you and empower you. So please check out Tonya's website for the Public Speakers Association. That's Public Speakers with an S, association.com. And then also grab her free gift from her website at tonyahofmann.com/free so that you can listen to the audio on how to change the world from the front of the stage.
Yay!
Thank you so kindly. I'd clap, but it'd make a lot of noise with my speaker right next to me. So thank you, Tonya. You have been such a blessing in my life, and professionally and personally, and you are such a blessing to the world so that individuals can come out, so they can be nice and not perfect. So that they can truly get their message out. So thank you for being you, and thank you for being on the Wealthy Wednesday show.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Fabulous. And I want to extend my thanks to my audience. I absolutely am so grateful that you are listening to the Wealthy Wednesday show. You may have been with us for the last couple of years, or maybe you're just new to us. And we would love it if you would go to our Facebook at facebook.com/Wealthy Wednesday show. Let us know, what did you think about this show? Let us know what topics you would like to hear about, and let us know how we can empower you so that you will be able to take that next level, that next step for your entrepreneurial journey. So until next time, abundant blessings. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Wealthy Wednesday show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle, and I would love to keep in touch with you by giving you a very special gift that will help you move your business and your life forward. You can access this special gift I am giving to you at my website at lucimcmonagle.com. That's LuciMcMonagle.com for keeping in touch with me and getting access to a gift that will help you move your business and life forward. Until next time, abundant blessings.